Hey guys, I'm Jeremy with Integra Pest and Lawns, and this is Andrew, our mechanic. We're going to talk a little bit about these 30-inch mowers. And this is Christian. He's our spray fertilization guy, but he's helping out with mowing today. So he just brought back a mower that blew out a spark plug. And so I want to talk a little bit about what's wrong with these Toro TurfMaster mowers. Right out of the bat, what we have is these mowers have a handbrake here. That's a great idea. However, if this handle gets bent just a little bit, what happens is that this brake will lock up and hold this handle up. So this handle drives the transmission. So now you got to run away more. So on a brand new mower, the first thing we do is cut that handbrake off, which is, I guess we could save $100 if they didn't even install that, because it's worthless. As soon as these handles get tweaked just a little bit, it jams it up. The handbrake jams them up right here, and you've got to run away more. I don't like buying AC units. So, second thing that happens on these mowers, I'm not sure what's inside this tank here, the fuel tank, but this is a breather hose, so it blocks it from breathing, and what happens is your mower won't start. You can open this cap up and it'll run for a while, but then once it creates a vacuum in there, it won't let it run. So what I do is I'll just blow these out backwards with a compressor, and that clears them up for a little bit. But you'll see stuff coming out of here and into the tank, which is, I think, is whatever's in there is breaking down and causing it to clog up. Now the big issue that we have, and now these mowers are about 6 weeks old, these two. And this one's been in the shop, I think, twice for the same thing. The carburetor, the needle sticks, and it floods the engine, it floods the crankcase. They won't start. Sometimes it will hydrostatically lock the piston where we can't even pull the starter cord when it's tight. So that's, we took both of them in, I think a week after we had them. We took them into the dealership, and they said that they cleaned out the carburetor and the float valve and everything. And when the mechanic went and picked them up, he didn't even get it to the crew before it started leaking again. So we took it back, and they cleaned it out again. And they told me that if it happened again, that they would replace the carburetor. But this has happened with every new mower we've gotten in the last 8 years. Every Toro 30-inch TurfMaster. It's a common issue. All these are common issues. Everything I'm going through right now is a common issue with these mowers. One of the big issues that we have with these mowers are the belts. These blue belts that go from the engine to the blades, they wear out constantly. We probably change them out every 3 weeks or so. They get tore up and burn up. So you have to continuously adjust these belts, probably once a week. That makes them last a little bit longer. The longest I've gotten from one of these belts is about a month and a half. But the last few years, we're lucky if we get a month out of them. What it does is it just chews them up, burns them up. The blades lose power. They don't rotate fast enough, and we have to replace them. Now the adjustment on these is really sensitive, so you have to really know how to adjust them. Now this mower is brand new, and they've been burning belts about every other day or so. And what we just noticed is that this pulley is really wore out in the back. The bushing is loose, something's wrong with it. But we've had 2 brand new mowers that are doing this, and we just found this morning. So as you can tell, it's just tearing up these belts. But this is one of the most common issues we have with them. And these are going back to dealerships, because like I said, we just got these about maybe 6 weeks ago. So that's the biggest issue, is these belts. Another common thing that we run into all the time is that these mufflers, the studs come loose, or the bolts, the nuts that hold the studs on there, come loose. And if you don't check them every week and retighten them, these studs will break, snap off, and you lose your muffler there. So another issue is that the bolts that hold the engine on get loose, and these engines will get wobbly on you, and they'll waller out. I don't know if waller out is a word, but it'll waller out the bolt holes, and then you'll be having to rethread everything. But these are snugs. You want to make sure you check those regularly. The crews may not notice them, so by the time you get it back to the shop, the engine's about to fall off. I've seen them where there's only one bolt left holding them on. Let's see if I can find one that's loose. Now, it looks like our mechanic's been doing a pretty good job keeping them tight. That's all that Monster he drinks. Yeah, so all these are good. Yeah, so that's a few things to watch out for. That's all I got. I hope that helps.